WLBT News starts now with breaking news.
And we begin with that breaking news. Crews right now on scene where a gas line has ruptured here in Jackson. 3 on your sides. Maggie Wade is live right now with more on this developing story. Maggie?
Howard, let me tell you, if you listen closely, you can hear the roar. I'm going to step out of the way. Look at the flames that are shooting into the air here on Clinton Boulevard. This is near Flag Chapel. We're told that there was a car crash. When our photographer first got here, he was one of the first people on the scene. He saw a driver being put on a stretcher. That driver was taken away, and then they asked him to move because it was dangerous. There was a gas line that was ruptured. Listen to the roar. This is that gas line right now and the flames. We have emergency vehicles here from the Jackson Fire Department as well as the Jackson Police Department. They're trying to keep people out of this area. If you don't have to be in this area, they're asking you to please stay off Clinton Boulevard right now. This is here at Flag Chapel. You're going to be turned around. It's a very dangerous situation right now. You can see the flames. Right now there is water that the Jackson Fire Department is shooting onto these flames. For a little bit, it looked like the flames were being doused and going down, but now they're shooting right back up into the air. We also have Entergy as well as Atmos Energy, I'm told, who are on the scene as well. Police right now are here on Clinton Boulevard. They're turning cars around, not letting them on Clinton Boulevard here at Flag Chapel. We don't have any word on the extent of the injuries of the driver who was taken away or whether there are other injuries involved. Police are going to be here again, not allowing any traffic along Clinton Boulevard. What we can tell you again is that right now we have flames shooting into the air from a ruptured gas line here on Clinton Boulevard. You can see it right here. A number of emergency vehicles here on the scene trying to keep people safe. We've not gotten any word of any evacuations, but they don't want people who don't have to be in this area in the area right now because it is dangerous. We are waiting to get more information from both the Jackson Police Department as well as the Fire Department about exactly what they're doing to try to get these flames under control as well as this ruptured gas line. Right now, that's the latest. I'm Maggie Wade, live in Jackson, 3 on your side.
And you can keep up with this breaking news on our website, WLBT.com. Now, there's more breaking news in Hinds County to report tonight. A 3-vehicle crash leaves 3 people dead. The 3 who died were in a Nissan Sentra. Just a short time ago, the Highway Patrol identified the victims as 23-year-old Latasha D. Bradley, 25-year-old Felicia D. Wilson, and 4-year-old Franklin D. Wilson, all of Utica. Mississippi Highway Patrol Corporal Kervin Stewart says the cause of the wreck is still unknown.
The Toyota Camry was traveling eastbound and the Nissan Sentra were traveling eastbound. A westbound Chevrolet Equinox was also on the highway traveling westbound. And the westbound vehicle collided with the eastbound vehicle. The eastbound Nissan Sentra hit the the Chevrolet Equinox head on. Unfortunately, the driver and the passengers of the Nissan Sentra died as a result of their injuries.
Now, the driver of the Chevrolet Equinox was airlifted to UMMC. Condition not known at this point. The 2 people in the Toyota Camry were not injured. New at 10, a 21-year-old woman is recovering tonight from being stabbed multiple times. Pearl police called to East Metro Drive where they found Rachel Sclater suffering from stab wounds. Investigators tell us they believe Sclater's boyfriend is the one who stabbed her, then pushed her out of the car. 19-year-old Sean Hammer was arrested not long after that incident. He'll face charges of aggravated domestic violence. No word on Sclater's condition tonight. It's now expected to take longer to drain out water from backwater flooding in the Mississippi Delta than once thought. The Army Corps of Engineers says storms are expected to drop up to 6 inches of rain in that region in the next week. That could push the backwater levels up to between 98.5 to 99 feet. The previous highest crest there was 98.2 feet. And they are also having closed a steel bayou drainage structure due to the Mississippi River also rising. The river is expected to crest June 12th and then slowly fall over the next 28 days. The river has now been above flood stage for 107 days.
This is a very long duration flood. It's one that has affected a lot of people. It has affected Vicksburg and Warren County's commerce. A lot of the farmers are not going to be able to put anything in the ground this year. Therefore, it doesn't only affect their bottom line, it affects all the employees that work for them.
Now, the significance of the closure of the Steel Bayou Gate is that the only way for the backwater to drain out. Right now, the Mississippi River is expected to rise above that level. Closing the gates will prevent river water from backing up into that region and making their flood worse. Unfortunately for those residents dealing with backwater flooding, rain right around the corner, as we mentioned. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Dave Roberts is tracking it for us.
Yeah, I'm hearing from folks on both sides of this. Some saying we don't want any more rain, others saying, hey, we need a little at this point, and we're going to be looking at quite a bit of rain over the coming days. The system that we were watching in the southwest Gulf of Mexico, the big development and the new development tonight is that now it is felt that we're probably looking at a near 0% chance for any kind of development. So we can rule out the tropical depression, the tropical storm. But as I've been telling you all along, either way, we're still looking at some rain moving toward us. Already in northern Louisiana, we've got some pretty solid rain out there. Closer to home on Live First Alert Doppler, the showers that did pop up today, they have pretty much fallen apart, but there is a whole lot of moisture here that's going to be streaming northward out of the Gulf, across Texas, and then curving back across Louisiana right here into Mississippi. We have a chance for rain, get a load of this, every day this week, really for the next 7 days, more so towards the end of the week. We're going to talk more about that, what to expect, when to expect it, in just a few minutes.
And right now, Jackson police are investigating after a man is shot. It happened in the 3100 block of Peterson Drive. That was around 4 this afternoon. Police say the victim is a 35-year-old black male, and he was shot in the stomach. The victim was responsive while being taken to a hospital. Clinton police arrest a person wanted in connection with multiple burglaries in Clinton and the Jackson metro area. 18-year-old Quanique Phillips of Jackson is charged with 15 counts of auto burglary. His bond is set at $320,000. Clinton police investigated nearly 20 auto burglaries between February 8th and April 4th. All thefts happened as a result of unlocked car doors, and the primary target of the burglaries was guns left unattended in the unlocked cars. A major break in a 24-year-old cold case. Donald Lee Izzet was a student at Frostburg State University in Maryland. He last spoke to his mother in May 1995. After that, a speeding ticket placed him in Arizona, and he was allegedly last seen in California in July. But after that, he disappeared into thin air, or so it seemed, after an alleged eyewitness came forward with a story about Izzet being shot to death and his body burned. The case focused on tiny Fernwood in Pike County. District Attorney Dee Bates said the apparent bone fragments found by an archaeological dig will be sent for testing. In addition to justice, he wants closure for the victim's family.
Well, there's a number of different challenges that you actually have in cold cases. It's reacquiring old information and new information, and the main thing is just trying to find closure for the victim's mother. It's one of the main things that we really want to try to do.
Bates is also holding back on discussing whether there are suspects or not, but the dig was kicked off by a wrongful death lawsuit brought by Skelly against Shane Gunther, formerly of Fernwood and now of Bremerton, Washington. The Jackson man accused of killing 2 women during a shooting spree in 2015 is found fit to stand trial. Zebulon James appeared in Hinds County Circuit Court this morning for a mental evaluation status hearing. The 25-year-old was found fit to stand trial in Hinds County. He's charged with murder in the shooting deaths of 2 women back in November of 2015. His family says he suffers from paranoid schizophrenia. James remains in custody at the Hinds County Detention Center. Zebulon James also faces murder charges in Madison County. The district attorney's office tells 3 on your side he's scheduled for a competency hearing August 12th. Now to Warren County, the city of Vicksburg and the police department investing in new tech tools to fight crime in that city. They purchased 2 state-of-the-art solar-powered surveillance trailers that will provide extra eyes on the streets. Police Chief Moore says the mobile units will be utilized to watch over big events and festivals, as well as help in crime and high crime areas of the city. Moore says the units can alert police if a crime occurs and provide video evidence to help in the investigation. Well, today is the final farewell for the late Senator Thad Cochran. A second funeral held at Northminster Baptist Church here in Jackson. The same idea from yesterday of Cochran's service and character going hand in hand was evident today, but the story's more personal. Marie on your side's Courtney Ann Jackson has more.
This is a final homecoming for Senator Thad Cochran, a man who even those in Washington not only admired, but came to love.
He was one of the last of his kind. If there was one thing that was always known about Thad Cochran, it was his love for his state of Mississippi.
All of us will miss our dear friend very, very much.
Those men traveled to be a part of the service and are a reflection of Senator Cochran's time in the Senate, both a Republican and a Democrat, bragging on his life and legacy.
Now, did we have differing views on many issues? Of course. But we both respected the views of others. He knew that compromise is vitally important for democracy to work. He was a senator's senator.
The friendships he forged were because of the genuine interest he took in those around him.
It was great, but not enough. Thad did so many things for so many people that nothing is appropriate.
Another life touched by Cochran's kindness was that of the Senate chaplain, who offered words of comfort to the family and discussed the man of faith he came to call friend for 16 years.
Senator Cochran was a man who built a life that continues to speak to us. And we, inspired by that life, should strive to build lives that continue to speak.
Cochran's children, Kate and Clayton Cochran, also participated in Tuesday's service.
And I shall dwell in the house of the Lord my whole life long.
I fought the good fight. I've finished the race. I've kept the faith.
Cochran's procession returned to Oxford following the service. Courtney Ann Jackson, 3 on your side.
You can watch Senator Cochran's funeral services in their entirety at our website, WLBT.com. All right, let's go back to live images of breaking news about a gas line rupture after a car crash. And these are those images right now. This is what's going on right now on Clinton Boulevard. A car crashed, and there is a gas line break, and it's on fire. And we are going to have much more on this after the break. Developing now, the Oxford Board of Aldermen approved the resignations of 2 Oxford police officers. Now, this comes amid a murder investigation involving one of their former fellow officers. The resigning officers have not been identified at this point. They stepped down after the death of Dominique Clayton. She was allegedly shot to death by former Oxford officer Matthew Kenny. Attorney Carlos Moore represents the Clayton family. He says these resignations are related to her murder back on May 19th, but neither the city nor Oxford police have confirmed that. All right, we're continuing to follow breaking news. It's happening right now. Crews working to put out a fire that started after a crash, and that led to a gas line rupture. 3 on your sides. Maggie Wade is live with the new information.
Well, Howard, right now we are here with Division Fire Chief Cleotha Sanders. We know that a car crashed, and at that time a gas line was ruptured. Can you tell us what happened after that?
Yes, ma'am. Right now, the young man who actually had the accident, he was not seriously hurt. He was transported to a local hospital to be observed. Right now, what we believe that this is a one-car accident. The firefighters are right now still on scene because of the gas leak in the fire. And what they are doing right now, they're actually protecting the exposures on the other side of the accident. We do have a building that's on that other side of the accident. So right now they're keeping water on that building, and we have Atmos Energy here on scene. Atmos, once they formulate their plan to determine how they're going to shut the gas off, and then our firefighters will be here until that happens, just to make sure that everything is safe.
No evacuations at this point, but you're urging people to stay out of this area. How dangerous is this?
Well, anytime you're dealing with gas is dangerous. So we ask everyone, if you don't have to be in this area at this time, go ahead and take an alternate route. We have not evacuated anyone. Like I said, Atmos Energy is on scene, and they are taking care of everything. And right now, we just thankful that the young man that had the accident, he wasn't seriously hurt.
Now, the car did catch fire. Did the car catch fire? Is that what we're being told?
Yes, ma'am. The car did catch fire. Not sure why the accident happened, but like I said, it was a single car accident. Once he struck the gas line, he was able to exit the vehicle. Firefighters were able to put him on a backboard and move him away from the scene. And shortly after that, the car did catch fire.
Now, the flames are still going. At some points, it looks like it's going down some, but then it shoots right back up. We see that firemen are putting water on it constantly. What do you think it's going to take to get these flames out?
Well, like I say, the firemen, they are actually keeping the building behind the fire cool, so they're spraying water actually on the building so the building won't catch fire. They're not able to extinguish the fire at this time. Atmos Energy is on scene. Once Atmos Energy shuts the gas lines down, and then that will stop feeding the fire.
So the most important thing, and we see another Atmos Energy truck going by now, is for people to stay out of this area. If they don't need to be here, they need to stay out. Police are right now redirecting traffic.
That's correct. If you don't have to be here in this immediate area, we ask that you take an alternate, well, you stay out the area, and then if you have to come this way, please take an alternate route, because we want everyone to be safe, and we don't need any other accidents on tonight.
Thank you so much, Chief Sanders. Again, we've been talking with Division Fire Chief Cleotha Sanders. We're here on Clinton Boulevard, where this accident has happened and ruptured a gas line. Police are right now putting up tape right behind us, so we will probably have to get out of this area pretty soon, Howard. We will bring you the very latest information as soon as we get more details. Reporting live from Clinton Boulevard in Jackson, Maggie Wade, 3 on your side.
All right, Maggie, we're going to take a look at those flames again if we could, if we can show those flames again, because this is going on right now. Our photographer, Carlos Sanders, was first on the scene there and actually witnessed that explosion, and he was told by people who saw everything and who knew the driver that the driver's brakes in his car gave out, and that's why he crashed, and then the subsequent explosion. But we have to get that confirmed officially from investigators who will be looking into how all this happened. But that's the scene right now, Clinton Boulevard, a gas line rupture after a wreck and flames shooting up. And as Sanders said, Cleotha Sanders said, they're going to have to shut off the feeder gas lines of that, and Atmos Energy is on the scene now. But we'll keep you posted on that. We're going to check in with Dave Roberts now for a look at our weather.
That's right. Howard, we've come off the 2 hottest days of the year so far. 96 yesterday, 95 today. Well, it's going to cool off. Why? Because we've got some rain on the way. I'm tracking it for you when we come back.
This is WLBT First Alert Weather.
Well, right now, temperatures are still warm. Alpha Insurance Cam overlooking downtown. We're at 81 degrees out there. And it feels muggy, too. We'll be in the 70s most of the night. I don't see it getting any lower than that. There's a lot of moisture starting to build in the air. And you can see the rain showing up around Texas, Louisiana. It's getting closer and closer, and it's just a matter of time before we start seeing more of this spreading across our state. Right now, with temperatures in the 80s around here, the humidity is high. It's 86 in New Orleans. Remember last night they were still 90 degrees. So we've seen things cool off a couple of degrees, but not that much. It will start to happen, though, as soon as tomorrow. Overnight tonight, showers will develop and they'll start moving in. So many areas south of Interstate 20, I wouldn't be surprised if you are seeing rain for tomorrow morning's commute, with temperatures in the mid-70s out there. On and off showers tomorrow. Temperatures trying to crack 80 degrees in some spots by lunch, and we'll be in the middle 80s, I think, tomorrow afternoon. I don't really know that we'll be much higher than that because of an increase in cloud cover, and there will be just the scattering of showers around. Severe weather doesn't look likely. Not over the next few days, as we're going to be looking at this atmosphere being a little unstable. But look where we've come from. 94 Sunday, 96 Monday, 95 today, and a different story starting tomorrow and even later this week, with much cooler temperatures, but much better chances for getting some rain. In fact, by Thursday, we could have more rain pushing across our area in the morning. And then as we take a a look at Friday. Scattered showers around. Saturday, it doesn't change all that much. And on Sunday, maybe a little bit better as most of the rain shifts eastward, but still a decent amount of rainfall expected. In fact, forecast models have been hovering around 2 inches. They're a little bit higher than that now, maybe 2.5, 2 3/4 inches of rain, but you get the general idea. The good news is we're not seeing a major amount of rain in the forecast, but it's something we'll watch for you very closely. Folks in our backwater flooded areas, they don't want to see any rain, but yet there's some areas where it's getting a little dry and a little rain wouldn't be so bad. We'll keep you posted on the very latest, not just here, but also on our free First Alert weather app. It's there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for you to check out anytime you need it. In the morning, 5:53 is when the sun comes up. We're going to have mostly cloudy skies. We'll be in the mid-70s with about a 20% chance for seeing a shower. And as the day goes on, rain chances will gradually increase. 40% at noon, 50% in the middle of the afternoon. We'll be in the 80s, middle to afternoon time, maybe upper 80s briefly if you get a little sunshine, but I think we're going to have more humidity than anything and more clouds than anything over the next few days. Look at these rain chances. They're up there Thursday and Friday especially. Your 7-day forecast shows you things cooling down when it comes to Thursday and Friday. Low to middle 80s, but your Mississippi weekend forecast shows you a decent chance for showers on Saturday, about a 50 or 60% chance, a 50% chance on Sunday. We'll be in the upper 80s on Saturday, maybe getting close to 90 degrees when it comes to Sunday, and the temperatures actually will hold in the 80s next week as slightly cooler air comes in and a better chance for some rain. WLBT News at 10 continues right after this.
We continue to follow breaking news tonight. Atmos crews now on scene at that fire that started after a wreck and led to a gas line rupture on Clinton Boulevard. 3 on your sides. Maggie Wade is live there right now with the latest information. Maggie?
Well, Howard, we have actually seen some heavy equipment brought in now by Atmos Energy. You can see the flames are still going. You can hear the roar from that gas line. We are told that this all started with a car crash, and one of the people inside the car that actually crashed into this line told our photographer that their brakes gave out. We have not verified that, but that person did tell our photographer that his brakes gave out and they couldn't stop. We do know that the car erupted in flames, but they were able to get the driver out of the car before that happened. They told our photographer to get out of the area because there was a gas line rupture, and this is the result. Flames have been shooting into the air. The most important thing that they are stressing right now is that there are no evacuations, but they don't need people in this area. If you come in this area, police are here. They're turning you around because it is too dangerous whenever you're dealing with gas. Atmos is on the scene trying to cut this gas line out. The fire department is actually shooting water onto a building behind this area so they can keep that building from catching on fire. We've got another emergency vehicle coming through right now. We will keep you updated at WLBT.com. Reporting live on Clinton Boulevard in Jackson, Maggie Wade, 3 on your side.
And of course, you can get more information about this gas line rupture and fire on Clinton Boulevard on our website, WLBT.com. More after this. Thanks for joining us at 10. Be sure to tune in to our morning newscast beginning at 4:30 a.m. You have a good night.